Benji, 5 league games into the season, what do you make of how we've started?
Okay. We had a good pre-season, 6 weeks, and obviously a bit of sort of bad news with losing Rakeel and Donovan sort of last minute, but again, sort of trying to integrate 7-8 new players, it isn't easy, but they've adapted well and probably okay. Obviously there's areas that we're happy with and areas that we really want to improve.
What are the key areas you're looking at improving?
Obviously need to score more goals. Obviously need to score more goals. I think that Warsaw's a good example of that. When we're on top and controlling games and having passages where we're front foot, we need to we're 1-0 up and we need to kill games off. We need to go and score 2 and 3. So that's an area of concern for us now, an area where we want to improve. But like I said, it'll probably be down as okay. Could do better. So there's plenty of things to work on.
There was probably a touch of frustration last Saturday, wasn't there? The disappointing first half, but possibly could have won it in the second half.
Yeah, they started really well. I thought for 15-20 minutes they were looking up to be 1 up, and sort of we've sort of read in terms of like dug in, which in terms of away from home sometimes you're going to have to. Got through it, and then I thought we controlled the game then for large parts. Second half especially, when we go 1-0 up and you're thinking, really go now and finish the game off, and didn't end up doing that. And you always give them a chance. The goal was lucky; it was kind of their only real sort of chance they had for the second half, and they end up scoring with a ricochet. But if you don't kill teams off and you don't finish games off, then that can always happen. And
then in the week, reflecting on the Man City game, I gather there's a fresh injury issue that rules out Charles Werner.
Yeah, Chaz has had a bad one. Yeah, and we're gutted for him. Obviously, we're thinking about him now. He's done his thigh quite bad, a 4C tear, which is as bad as you can do. So he'll be missing to the new year. He's having his operation on that sort of the back end of this week, and we just wish him well and a speedy recovery, and we'll be there for him all the way through. But yeah, he's got a bad one. Yeah, he came in yesterday, and we had the scans and everything, got the results. So it's not good news for Chaz. Yeah.
So while that's a big negative, what are the positives you took from Tuesday's game?
I thought first, I mean, when you're playing under 21, especially like a Man City or someone, it's a completely different game than what you're used to. I thought first half we were far too passive, let them play too much, fell into their trap a little bit of going around chasing, trying to chase the ball and win it back too early, and then you get picked off. But second half, I thought, I know they were down to 10 men, but we came on stronger. We were front foot, got crosses in the box, scored 2 goals, and possibly could have had a couple more. Finished the game really strong. Again, in that competition we've got another tough game coming up against Barnsley, but in terms of the way we finished and the chance we created second half, it was a plus for us, yes.
So look, reflecting on the first month of the campaign, it's been a tough group of fixtures that we faced already, and that only continues in September with some big games, doesn't it? Is that this league as tough as you thought it would be?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's probably, I said before, I think it's probably the toughest it's been for 15 years possibly. There's some big teams spending a lot of money, and when teams do that, other teams try and compete with them, and it raises the bar all the way through. There's some good teams in it. There's been some good signings, sort of collectively and individually. If you look at McGoldrick at Notts, Powell at Stockport, there's some seriously good players at this level now. So the league is stronger, but we believe we're stronger in terms of a squad. We've now got people competing, and in terms of the backup squad, they think they should be playing, so we've got 2 players for virtually every position, so we're in a better place, but we need to be because the league's strong.
The league is strong, but it's also unpredictable, as we could see by Gillingham last week, had gone into it 4 wins from the first 4, Colchester without anything, and they won 3-0 away. So what sort of challenge are you expecting from Gillingham tomorrow?
Second in the league, and fully expect them to sort of stay around there. If you probably strip it back from January, back end of January, when they're recruited, they're probably as good a team that's been at this level, and we fully expect them to be like moving forward. They recruited heavily in January, and again in the summer they've recruited well. Fantastic manager and staff who are all sort of in line, and they know exactly what they're doing and recruited to play that way. So it'll be a tough game, firepower, top end of the pitch, and sort of the players they've brought in the summer just gone back. The players from a higher level, good players who you look at and think, oh, I'm surprised they've dropped to this level. So we know what we're facing, but again, it's a fantastic game for someone we're looking forward to. Blundell Park will be full house again, so we're looking forward to putting on hopefully a good performance for them.
Let's just acknowledge deadline day. You're standing in for the gaffer today. I gather him and Joe Hutchinson are working on a couple of potential incomings.
Yeah, we saw the gaffer crawl out of his office this morning for training like he hadn't slept, and then he's gone straight back in there. But yeah, we've managed to have a good session this morning, and obviously the gaffer it's full on now until it will close at 10:30. There's 2 or 3 that we're trying to do that we're hopeful we'll do. and we're obviously working on them full steam ahead to try and get them. But yeah, it's always the way last day, trying to get players in, and obviously the gaffer's straight back to it now, door closed, trying to get a couple over the line.